Most Canadians pay HST every single day without ever asking where it came from. You tap your card, see a few extra dollars added, and move on. But here's the thing, HST didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was born out of political deals, failed ideas, and a tax crisis the government didn't want to admit publicly. Let's roll back the clock. Decades ago, Canada relied on something called the manufacturer's sales tax. It sounded harmless, but it had a big problem. It wasn't charged at the checkout like we're used to today. It was charged on businesses, hidden inside the price of goods before they ever reached the shelf. Every company in the supply chain paid it. The manufacturer, the wholesaler, the retailer, layer after layer. That created something messy. Double taxation, triple taxation. A product could be taxed 5 times before a customer ever touched it. Prices kept climbing. Companies complained. Economists complained. Even the government complained. The system was a mess, and nobody trusted the numbers. So Ottawa needed a fix, but they needed one that wouldn't cause a political meltdown. Cue the GST. When the GST was introduced, it was pitched as a cleaner, fairer tax that replaced the messy system in the background. Instead of hidden taxes stacked inside prices, everyone would see the tax clearly at the checkout. But Canadians hated it. The reaction was brutal. People protested. Politicians were chased out of events. Some even lost their seats. The government survived it, but barely. Years later, Ottawa came back with a new idea. What if they blended the GST with the provincial sales taxes to simplify everything? One combined tax instead of 2 separate ones. They called it the harmonized sales tax, HST. But here's where the deal-making kicked in. Some provinces agreed. They got big payments from Ottawa for joining, billions. It helped them transition, modernize systems, and soften the blow to the public. Other provinces refused. They didn't want to look like they were raising taxes, even though in some cases the total rate didn't change. And that's how Canada ended up with a patchwork system. Some provinces with HST, some with GST plus PST. And a population that mostly forgot how dramatic that shift was. Now, about the rate you pay today, that number isn't random. It's the product of negotiations between federal and provincial governments. Each side wanted enough revenue to keep their programs running. Each side refused to give up more than necessary. The final percentage you see at checkout is basically a political tug of war frozen into law. And here's the part most Canadians never think about. HST wasn't designed to make things cheaper. It was designed to be efficient, easy to collect, hard to avoid, clean on paper, and once the system was in place, reversing it would be almost impossible. Too much revenue, too much infrastructure, too many agreements behind it. So every time you buy a coffee, book a flight, upgrade your phone, or grab groceries that aren't exempt, you're paying into a tax system rooted in old battles, political bargains, and a failed model Canada tried to escape. You're not just paying a sales tax, you're paying the product of decades of deals most people never heard about.